Hey everyone, I would like to welcome you all who all are going to watch this. I'm sure at least two people would watch this. I would like to welcome you all to the Soupy Conversation, which is a podcast about music, indie music to be particular about it, and on which I call some of my friends, and who are not just my friends, but also at the same point of time, some finest musicians that I know, and probably the only musicians that I know. Obviously, I'll have to send emails to the rest of them. I'm not thinking that to accept karenge, but you never know. So yeah, so this is a podcast where I call my music friends, indie music friends, and we discuss about their journey, their releases, their take on how do they think that how their music takes place, what's the journey behind it, and what's the procedure behind it overall. So without further ado, I'd like to hit you off with the intro.
It's a super conversations.
So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to the guest of today's podcast. His name is Looper Looper, aka Akshay Arora. He's a very good friend of mine and one of the most incredible singer-songwriters that I know. And to be honest, there is a way that I particularly define him. So if you take Ankur Tiwari and you take Prateek Kuhar, you merge them both, and then you add a little bit of magic onto it. That particular voice which will come out is Looper Looper's voice. So please welcome my dear friend Looper Looper.
Hello.
Oh,
What's
dude, this
up?
is very tough, man. I did not. First of all, let me tell you something. So you should have a podcast. Podcast is a thing which is not scripted, right? It's something like
Obviously.
you call your friends and you'll have conversation and shit like that. But still, you feel like, okay, I have not prepared any intro. I have not prepared any opening. There is no opening, middle, or end. It just happens. And by far for the last half an hour, I've been thinking, कि भाई कैसे होगा यार ये? I mean, like from the morning I was like, okay, I'm like, okay, ठीक है यार, I'm just going to call my friends, I'm just going to have conversation with them, just like the way मैं जब उनसे फोन पे बात करता हूँ वैसे. And I was like, okay, करेंगे बात. And then पता नहीं क्या paranoia hit किया हुआ है मेरे को last half an hour से. And I was like, भाई intro कुछ नहीं है, कैसे करेंगे, open कैसे करेंगे? But it's a good thing, man. Finally, I'm starting something which involves people, involves intellectual people. अभी तक मैं बहुत घोड़ों के साथ काम कर रहा था. It's a very sad thing that I cannot cuss because I have to show this to my college. Hello, Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies. Oh man, I'm going get restricted.
But नहीं पता एक चीज और डालियो इसमें, like when you'll start doing it when the pandemic is behind us or something like that and तू एक मतलब रूम में कर रहा है सबके साथ, तो भाई सूपी नूडल्स का बोल दे दो प्लीज. मेरे को अभी तो पता भूख भी लग रही है. मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि कितना मजा आता है दोनों नूडल खाते खाते आराम से बात कर रहे हैं. हाँ जी.
Don't, you said soupy noodles, that is fine. Don't say nor. कोई स्पॉन्सरशिप नहीं है भाई. फालतू के पंगे हो जाएंगे. People will be like, oh fuck, nor soupy noodles are like soupy conversation को ये कर रहा है. नहीं भाई, soup boy मेरा नाम है.
Yes.
Just like Looper Looper
Yes.
has his stage name, my stage name is Soup Boy for some reason.
Is
okay,
it?
so before anything else, like before getting starting into everything, the first thing that I guess everyone who must have seen the intro and the post on the Instagram and everything else, everyone must be confused about this thing, that why Looper Looper. I particularly know about it, but still I haven't seen any proof that why it's Looper Looper. So just please enlighten us why it's called Looper Looper.
That's very justified. So I mean, like, I don't know. I was very pissed off with the fact that when you want to perform, you need a band. Like, तो होता ना कहीं बार, because in college it used to be like when I wanted to perform, I would ask my guitarist if you want to like jam or something, and drummer if you want to jam or something, or bassist if you want to jam or something, and some of them would be like, नहीं यार मुझे आज ना like girlfriend के साथ जाना है इधर, या मुझे उधर जाना है, I have assignment to do. I'm like, fuck man, बस ऐसे मैं मुझे पढ़ता नहीं है यार.
अरे बाबा no,
नहीं मैं मजाक नहीं. It was like during engineering, and then I thought, क्या like can't I do something?
Not saying that to you because I'm telling you because of the F-bomb. Bye.
Oh, okay. So,
we'll keep it. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
So I'll do it. No, I'll do it again if it's okay.
Continue.
So I used to think ki, why do I have to ask people to jam when they're like busy or something? And is it just me who wants to perform or who wants to do something, like who wants to jam in particular, want to create something? So I did not know anything about Ed Sheeran till 2014, and I got to know about him by, I think I heard the song "Everything Has Changed" or I think "Give Me Love" or something, and I was just going through YouTube, and there was this one particular video. It's called the I think the A Team something room. I don't know what that was. And Ed Sheeran was in a studio and he was using his loop pedal and he was doing everything. He was beatboxing. He was creating melody in the background. Everything was going on in loop. And I was like, this is so interesting. I mean, I can do this if I guess just can get my hands on this particular device. And then I started, with my first job, I bought the loop pedal and I started doing it. उससे पहले my usernames were very different. Like I had a username called Shaolin Monk because I was very much into that. I wanted to be a ninja or something. Sort of like that. I had a lot of weird names, and then I came up with it was an instantaneous thing. I was using loop pedal and I used to perform during 2015-16. I used to perform with the loop pedal on a regular basis, and then I thought, what if I write what should I keep my username? Instagram username. I was thinking, and I just came up with Looper. I just wrote it. I did not think about it. It just came Looper. I was like, ये किसी का नाम है क्या? And then and then it was available. It was available. It was available, and then I was like, this is going to be my name because it makes sense. I loop a loopedle. It's like loop a looper, and then that's fine. I mean, it's looper, and that's how the name came. However, people always call me like Lupa Looper, and they're like, your name is Lupa, Loopy, and I'm like, chal theek hai, tere ko.
You cannot blame people. You can literally not blame. Nobody can keep that A silent. Looper, right? Looper.
Obviously, I mean, nobody knows about it, so it's more like. In fact, when you say Lupa Looper or you say Loopy or you say call me Lupa, that makes like that reminds you of me, right? Like Lupa, it's a weird name and then it goes around in your head. That was also the intention. If you have a weird name, then people are able to remember distinguish.
Lupa is like really freaked out name. It's like I am going to Majnu Ka Tila and I have to eat laughing, and the stall that I'm going to go for laughing is like Lupa stalls, Lupa laughing stalls.
It was a weird name, but I enjoyed. Like kai log bolte hain Lupa, Loopy, and most of the people don't even know my name. They're like Loopy. If I remove my name Akshara from Instagram, and most of the people will be like, this guy is Looper, this guy is Lupa Looper, this guy is Lupa, this guy is Loopy. That would be the thing.
But that's how the name. It's a thing now that I call you Loopy. That is out of respect. The little amount of respect that I have for you.
Is it?
It's like, but also, Loopy is something I call you because Loopy, Soupy Loopy. It becomes like, okay, I also have some bichda hua bhai from some other mother.
Why? I mean, when I when we remember, like when people used to be like Soupy X Loopy, and when you started using that, so I used to feel like कितना सही बना ना, ये ऐसे ही बना है, इसी चीज के लिए बना है, Soupy X Loopy.
Like it was out of nowhere. First, Lupa Looper ko Loopy bolna is still something which is acceptable to some extent. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't happen. But it is very weird to have this Soupy, because Soup Boy. And like I remember when I was like performing for the thing Yellow Festival Pay, and then I was like I completed my set and he was like, I'm also Soupy. I'm like, oh fuck, I have fan base. My fans are called Soupy. I'm like, okay. And then it's hard. And people are like, okay, Soup Boy, hum Soupy bolenge and all. Obviously, Soup Boy is not something that you even call someone like, hey, Soup Boy, idhar aa. Like, I would not give out to that person. But
Soupy is better.
Soupy is better. Soupy is damn better. So when
what's up, Soupy?
Yeah, most of the time, Soup Boy is like something which people get confused with, like kind of a rapper name. Like, okay, some MC is he, or like some kind of rapper is he, Soup Boy. And like, no dude, यहाँ गाने नहीं लिखे जा रहे हैं, यहाँ rapping करेंगे.
तूने MC बोला, मैं कहीं और चला गया. being Punjabi by nature.
So Soupy Loopy is like something which is a trademark in its own self. You see, it's a good thing.
Right.
Like people end up calling us Soupy Loopy. End up even if someday we stop talking to each other and we have a fight or shit like that, कुछ ऐसा हो भी जाए ना, people would like Soupy Loopy that.
No, but it's a really good name for collab. Like if you want to have a duo or two-piece band, and then you just want to do like harmonies and all, and you want to perform, the Soupy Loopy is a really good stage name. Like, welcome, Soupy
Exactly.
Loopy.
You
and
don't really find people with like collaboration. Like okay, they're like Ankur Tiwari, Prateek Kuhar collaborated. They were not like what Ankur. Like
small sort of that.
Exactly. And people have this weird thing with collaboration. Like they would like merge the two names.
Merge names, yeah.
Like Virushka and all stuff.
हमारे already नाम छोटे हैं, so it's better. Like Soupy Loopy it goes amazing.
We are the epitome of this, man. We are the ones on which it is based. We are the one who are going to make history when it comes to brand collaboration names.
Oh my god.
We do something which is unique. But yeah, apart from that, okay. Yeah, so this is Looper Looper, a very good friend of mine, incredible musician. I said in the introduction that how I believe that his voice is like something that I really adore, and probably one of the most personal, biased favorite voice of mine. If I have to like compare it with other people, I don't usually do comparison, but yeah, I do. So yeah, so that brings us to the next segment. Yeah. Who am I kidding? I don't have any segmentation. This is the only thing that I was able to create creatively. It's called Maker of the Music Maker. So by this I want to like ask, like this is the most cliched question that is going to be in the entire thing, and it's going to be the copied question ki bhai ye to sabse पूछना ही पूछना. So like Maker of Music Maker, by that I want to ask that what are the things, or what actually is the journey that led you to like take up music as something that you want to do, or not even professionally, but something that you really want to do, and something that really made you a songwriter or a music creator who wants to like write songs and who has to go ahead with music. What is that journey? What is that one thing that the maker of you as a music maker?
मुझे मेकर से ना बस खाने को ही सूझता है. लाइक व्हेन यू से मेकर एज अ म्यूजिक मेकर, मुझे लगता है कि कोई खाने की चीज बनानी है. बट एनीवे,
दिस इज द फर्स्ट एपिसोड, I'll improvise.
हाँ ठीक है. आई मीन क्या होता है. आई मीन लाइक स्टोरी इज नॉट, I don't know, I like when I thought that I want to become a musician as well, it was more like I remember when I was very young, I was in second or third grade, I used to sing a lot. So but I didn't know what to sing. And मेरी जो music teacher थी, she was always like, बेटा भजन गाओ, बेटा like sing some independent day
like,
song,
so
something
typical
like
thing that people ask musicians to do, बेटा भजन गाओ.
हाँ, I mean it's like जाओ बेटा इतनी शक्ति का हमें देना दाता गाओ जाओ. Like वही ठीक है, there are so many things I can do with my voice, and I did not like to sing because of what she made me like used to sing. But then I think it was back in 11th standard, and I didn't have any idea that I want to sing or something like that. But back in 11th standard, a junior of mine, his name is Ishant, and we're still in touch. And Ishant Arora, so like Akshay Arora, ekdam connection ho gaya. Akshay Arora, Ishant Arora, like nice. So he came to me.
I think लोग यहाँ पे
भाई बन गया उसी टाइम, like तू ही मेरा भाई है. So it was more like he came to me when I was in 11th standard. He was in 8th standard. He used to learn guitar. So he was like, let's form a band. I really like your voice. And he was like, Bhaiya, please, ek band banate hain. And I was like, cool. I mean, I was more of a piano player. So I used to play piano. I was not that good, but I could play some basic chords. Or I had a thing that where I could just play the whole song note to note by learning through years. So I did not know anything about notes and and my mother was like, he knows something. He can do, if he's given the proper training, he can actually do something about it. And when I formed the band with him, like when we were 11th, पहली बार तो बहुत बेइज्जती हुई थी. I remember the first performance we made. First performance we did, we were in school only, and like वही same चीज 11th standard, and I was performing Aadat by the band Jal. And I remember when I was taking the alap, मेरी आवाज फट गई उसे टाइम, and सब मजाक उड़ा रहे.
I can really imagine you singing Aadat, dude. It's something that I can literally not imagine.
But
maybe you can change the song a bit, but I don't know, maybe.
No, I was like, we used to sing exactly like, and none of the people in the band were trained. So except for Ishant, nobody knew anything
Music theory and
about
all
how a
stuff.
band works. Nothing. The drummer was rich, so he could get drums. The bassist was rich, so he got a bass. And there was this one more guitarist, Abhimanyu. He
That
was
is
not.
so not our story of life.
That's why he's like, usko tha ki I want to be a part of the band. And I was like, cool, can you get drums? And he was like, I can play 4x4. And he just played 4x4. That's it. He did not know anything else. Koi bhi gana bajwa le, he'll just play by 4x4. Like, hi, tick, 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 tick. That's it. And he said, I can get drums. And I was like, हमें और कुछ चाहिए नहीं, जाओ drum खरीद के ले आओ. And he got a drum, I got a piano. I was not even the singer at that point of time. And बेइज्जती होने के बाद then I realized like I want to improvise. And then eventually kind of musician like we started to grow. I started to learn more about how to sing, and then we started singing Linkin Park. The next performance we did was what I've done, on the song What I've Done by Linkin Park, and it went amazingly well. And I was very anxious. I went to everybody like कि सही गया. I realized that the popularity we got in school and then in college, like it was something that lured me into being a musician or something. Wanted to get me over there because I really liked it. I really liked being a little bit of point of attraction, because then people would know my name. I was, like I was there. I had an existence. I had my own character, which people knew about. So that was the one thing which made me realize that I really want to be a musician. 2014, 2015, once I was done with my engineering, and when I was working, that was the time I got really serious about music. And then I thought, no, I really want to start performing, because I was not happy with my job, and I was looking for an escape. And for 2016 to 17, I started playing for different cafes and all, and I used to earn decent amount of money, but not too much. The payments were delayed. Then again, it kind of put me off with the music thing, because I realized that it's like a very tough ride if you're not a significant musician. And back then there was no Spotify, there was no, only YouTube was the only thing, and there was this thing, Reverb Nation, SoundCloud. These were the only platform where you can put your music out and people can download and listen to it. But not everybody was on SoundCloud, so just like they're not right now. And Reverb Nation, the bhuli jao, it was just for musicians.
Mostly like EDM or like that kind of zone.
Sort of like that.
Even people on SoundCloud used to be like, so obviously like during those times there was like no audience in such platform, because obviously they were like, the people from SoundCloud, Reverb Nation did not really advertise themselves right into the minds of the people in population. It's difficult also, but most of the audience that was there, it was like hip hop music or like pop culture references and all stuff, EDM and all.
So also about like back then there was no indie scene. Indie scene kuch tha hi nahi na. I mean, it was more like people who were just gigging around. So I was there, Pooja was there, a friend of mine who kind of got me into all the like she showed me the direction of performing and all. Pooja was there, and there was a couple of more people, and Sez was there. I don't know if you know. Sez was a really good friend of mine back in school, and we started creating music, and that's how I got interested in music production as well. So Sez took it like way ahead with, like, he was very, very serious about music. And but the real change came, the inflection point came in 2019, and we went for Yellow Festival, and I realized that there's so many amazing artists over there. And when I heard that Shubham has a song out, Sridev has Lemonade from Apple's song out, and I was like, fuck, not exactly. Again, I won't use the word.
It's fine, like, dude. It's fine. We have broken all the rules. I don't care.
Okay, so I was like, fuck, man. I mean, they're putting out so much effort into this, and they're putting out so many great songs. I did not know you could do that with Spotify and all. And you obviously know that, because I told you that Spotify pe jaake sirf account bana ke you can.
Man, I really want to talk about that. Stop there. Stop right there. So I'll tell you. I like to tell you that it's not that easy to release your music as people think. It's like, okay, some people still believe that it's true. So like YouTube, you have this option that you go ahead and create a channel and you just release your music right there. Okay, you don't have to do anything. But when it comes to stores like Spotify, Apple Music, JioSaavn and all whatnot, it's the other way around. It's like you have to get in touch with a distributor who would be distributing your song. First of all, your songs is not just your song. It requires a code. It's called ISRC code. Otherwise, your song is just something, some audio format. That's it. Just like this podcast would require an RSS feed. दुआ करो कि मिल जाए मुझे. Songs required ISRC code, and then that is provided by the distributor, and distributor provides that the songs to everyone else, every store. So me and Loopy back in February this year, we were like making a song. It's called Rue, and we were writing that song, and I was returning back home, and Loopy came with me कि भाई चल, I'll drop you to the metro.
मुझे याद है मैं कहाँ खड़ा था.
We were discussing stuff कि how it all happens and all stuff, and I just said कि I am thinking of getting my distributor. Sorry, I had released one single already. It's called Rasta, and I was telling Loopy about the thing that how hard it's for getting distribution and all stuff, and I don't know how I'm going to go ahead with it and which distributor should I choose and all. And he's like, he is like, मतलब वो हाँ में हाँ मिला रहे हैं. He does not have a clue. What the hell am I talking about? ठीक है. And then
I thought कि distrocade and ये like मैं gibberish सुनाई दे रहा था. मैं क्या बोल क्या रहा है भाई ये?
Some kind of music jargon that only this guy knows.
हाँ, I mean like ये क्या बोल रहा है? Distrocade, CD baby क्या है ये चीजें? I don't know anything about it. मेरे को सच्ची में it was like gibberish, blah 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 in my mind. Like ठीक है यार.
That day I also realized that I don't want to talk to Loopy anymore. Anyways, this is the first time that we are having a conversation after that day.
I pleaded him to be friends again. Like, hi please.
And after that, so we are having this conversation, and I told him, and Loopy goes like, okay, I'll be recording my song, and I'll just make an account on Spotify and all. I'm like, what? So he's like, yeah, I'll just go ahead and make my account and upload it. Manaka, I wish, dude, that is there a way that it is done? Like, tell me. I thought that I am the one who does not know that this is a way. And I'm like, crap, man, this guy does not know about it. And like, I really felt bad. Not because of the fact that he did not know about. I felt bad because he is going to like cry so bad अगर इसको नहीं बताया गया अभी. He has like recorded his stuff and all, and he's going on Spotify. I'm like, okay.
That day I realized that I'm
dude, where is one
for
makemyaccount.com? Where can I find upload? I'm not able to find upload. Hello, Sparsh. I'm not able to find upload, man. How do I upload songs? And I'm like, and then I was like, and then I told him that how it happens in music distribution and all. He goes like, oh, ऐसे होता है. I'm like, yeah, today I feel like a baba that who has enlightened someone with some knowledge.
Yeah, someone who is way मतलब technology सब कुछ भूल जाए. I mean like I realize I'm too old, man. Too old to
that you are. You don't even have to realize that. You are too old. You are the chacha of the entire
that was the day when I realized. Yeah, that was the day I realized I'm a chicha.
If I call Sid Sridev Ramesh, who's also a great musician, if I call him the Sandeep Maheshwari of the indie scene, you are the chacha of the indie scene. Like just like considering anything, like at least the Delhi indie scenes, you are the chacha of Delhi indie scene. Chacha. I am not even going to like go ahead on age basis. You are that. Tau.
चाचा पे अटक जा. एक word दे दे मुझे. That will be fine.
But then, like you mentioned about Yellow Festival, and you told us about the entire journey and all stuff. So I can understand that how hard it is being an untrained musician myself, and I have received no training, and I too have no idea at all about stuff. So till now I'm like, okay, like you still have that thing that you know how to get gigs and all stuff. I'm still blank on that part. I'm still hoping that okay, so far is going to call me the other day. I'm just waiting for the call.
I wish that too. I am wishing like they'll call me just to be in the audience. They don't even call me for that. So I'm expecting they'll call me for like a slot.
Like I'm still hoping that okay. Oh, yeah. So is this Subboy? I'm like, yeah, this is Subboy. Yeah, we want you to perform at SoFar Bangalore. Would you be interested? I'm like, yeah, sure. Who's going to play with me? Parvaz. Yeah, damn. this
मैं बोलूँगा मेरे को 500 रुपए और ले ले, मेरे को बस ऑडियंस पे बैठने दे भाई please.
But no, still, though, in my case, I'm still very मतलब उतना मेरे को knowledge नहीं है when it comes to gigs and all, how to find gigs and all. I do after this lockdown, it has started becoming a thing that people have like started knowing me, and I am actually being called by platform that you come and perform for us, and it's a big deal because at first I used to do open mics and all stuff. So the next thing that I want to talk about is gigs. That how important do you think gigs are for an artist? And apart from that, it's like, as we know that you talked about that how difficult it is to like monetize your stuff. You don't
Right.
really have any source of income if you considerably are going ahead with music. So how important do you think gigs are for an individual, and how do you think one should like go ahead when it comes to finding gigs and like finding the right gig, that too? And that too, you have, there's this thing that you are very much sensitized with the content, right? And when it comes to
Mhm.
cafes and all, you are like performing covers and stuff.
Mostly, yeah.
Some are there who don't even do covers and just do original music like me. मैं तो भूल ही गया हूँ cover करना. But so considering that, how do they like go ahead with this fact that how do they go and find a gig, the right gig for them?
I mean, like, there's a lot of different things. I mean, when I started doing it, I obviously needed someone to tell me how to do it because I did not know anything about it. And I was also on the verge of leaving my job. I was like very adamant that I will leave my job. And the thing was that if you want to perform, first of all, it's very important to do gigs because that makes that evolves you as an artist. Because when you will obviously have a lot of your originals, and if you're going to perform right away for the first time when you have your loyal fan base, you might end up screwing a lot of things because if you're like a little bit, you're not that confident. Let's say if you're nervous if you're too nervous, and if you're thinking you're having anxiety because you've never performed before, it'll have a lot of impact on your loyal fan base. And it's very important because one thing you realize that people don't stick to one artist for the rest of your life. Even like if you the artists that you used to like 2-3 years ago, you probably don't listen to them anymore. And even if you have a favorite artist right now, it is a very probable case that you don't listen to them on a regular basis. Once in a while you listen to them. So it's very important because that evolves you as a person, and also gives you a steady income if you're not earning from somewhere else. So if you're doing money, if you're doing commercial gigs or gigs in cafes, you'll obviously need a whole set of like I think it's somewhere around 1 to 2. It can vary from 1 hour to 2.5 hours, and then you'll need a 40 to 50 songs library where you can cover songs, you can sing your own song. After a while, you realize that whenever you perform, it depends on the audience. Like in some cafes, you'll find people are not interested. They're just there to talk to each other. They're just there to have food, have a good time. Most of the people are not listening to you. 90% of the crowd is not listening to you. So you can go ahead and make mistakes. That's the time when you want to make mistakes, because even if you make, nobody's actually noticing. It's not impacting your fan base because they're not your fans anymore at all. You're just there to earn a steady income and just want to evolve yourself as an artist. And you can sing your own song, repeat the songs that you sung in the same set before. It doesn't make any difference. So it gives you a lot of experience in that way. ऐसा भी नहीं है कि free में करो because experience count हो रहा है, but it's more like it becomes a habit, and then you're less nervous while performing your own original in front of a dedicated audience, where you, even if like 10 people, 20 people, you'll not mess up because you've already had so much practice. You've already so good at interacting with people, or maybe so good in being with a crowd, that you know that it's not going to get weird because this is your thing. You can do it. You also realize that you want to be a full-time artist or not. Sometimes it might happen that while you're constantly performing, you realize that I don't want to do it. Not every artist wants to perform, right? Not every artist wants to go on a stage and be like, some people just want to stay in the background, but they feel that they want to be in the front line. Sometimes when they are performing, they realize that I don't want to be here. It's not something I connect to. Maybe they'll switch places. Maybe they become songwriter only. Maybe they'll just release songs and they won't go live anymore. So it just involves you as an artist, and it's very important. And also, if a steady income, if you're just doing it full time, it's a really good way of doing getting some building some loyal base, but also having money for your other needs. might want to buy new
Understandable,
instruments, songs, and all.
because so gigging also, like as you said earlier, that at that time 2014-15 there was not much of an indie scene. So at that time
Right.
gigging culture was still growing, and gigging was the only thing people would like. Bands were there, Parvaz was there, Local Train were there, and they were like doing the
Exactly.
people are still coming and like they're doing the cafe gigs and all stuff, whatever. And apart from that, it's also about the fact that gigging, why I believe is important, because it. Thank you, mummy.
अरे कोई नहीं कर लेंगे.
मम्मी अभी वीडियो काम कर रहा हूँ.
Hi auntie. Hi auntie.
So so gigging, I believe that it's also important because of the fact that it helps you build that presence, in the sense that it's not easy for you to like release songs on a continuous basis.
Right.
Actually for not every artist is important. And as you said
Right,
very rightly, that people tend to move away from you if you have like one album that has been put out in the year 2017, suppose, and then 2018 has been completely bland. You have not been able to release any music, and at the same time you have not been doing gigs a lot. So it's true that maybe if your content's quality in terms of its lyrics or music production or mixing, mastering, or anything, if it's that high of a level that people have actually gone crazy for it, then it's a thing that people might stick. But that too, there's still this thing that maybe 50% of the people would go, like they would go away from your content, and you don't have a way to bring them back. So gigging
Right.
also like acts as a glue stick to them. Like, okay, that yeah, I'm also like simultaneously everyone is writing new songs and all stuff. They're doing that, and gigging always allow you to be like, ha, abhi there's a 6 months period spam in which I don't think that I would be able to put out any music. So I get involved with gigs. I can like have tours based on the original songs that I've already done, or do normal gigs people call jo bhi bulaya kiya, and it only increases your general user base, because obviously first of all, people who already know you, they will definitely come. If you are in the city and they are really crazy for you, they'll come. So in my case, when I used to do open mic, so I had before Yellow Festival, I used to do only open mics. I had done like a couple of gigs maybe, but apart from that, it was only open mic. First of all, I'm not a cafe gig kind of a guy because I don't do covers and also. So
doesn't matter, to be honest. Like when you start performing, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. So after so there were like 4 people that I can literally name. There were Pearl, there was Priyansh Batra, there was Tanisha Varocha and all stuff. They were like definitely who are going to be there, even if it's an open mic and they're going to come in. And I used to like set them up. So I used to, back in those days, I used to have like 2 songs, Main Zabeen and Main Awaaz Do. The very
back
first
in
2
those
songs.
days, kitna matlab?
Back in those days, back in the open mic days, I'm a big man now.
Right.
बट नहीं, सो बैक इन दोज डेज जब हम बाहर जाके परफॉर्म किया करते थे वो समय. And so I used to like set people up. So I used to have like 2 songs, and Main Zabeen and Main Awaaz Do. Before Yellow Festival, I did not perform any other of my songs. I did not even complete most of the songs, but so I had these 2 songs, and I did not used to like Main Zabeen that much. I was like more of Main Awaaz Do kind of guy, and I used to like go. I used to like tell these people firsthand, "Ki bhai, I'm going to go perform, and I'm going to play Main Awaaz Do, and I'm going to come back." Since it's a open mic, you get 10 minute sets. You can majorly do 2-3 songs. मैं तो 4 करके आता था, मैं उठता ही नहीं था. But so it's like people were like, okay, but everyone was like, नहीं Main Zabeen कर. मैं कहा नहीं करना यार, मेरे को पसंद नहीं है. So I used to do what I used to do. I was like, सुनो, I'll go there, I'll play Main Awaaz Do. After that, just do one thing, चिल्लाने लगना Main Zabeen. ऐसा लगना चाहिए कि ऑडियंस वालों को याद है Main Zabeen. I don't know, बोल रहे Main Zabeen. And they used to like shout at people like, हाँ Main Zabeen बताओ, सुनाओ तुम भी, क्या पता होगा कुछ. It used to be like मैं सेट करके आ रहा हूँ अपनी ऑडियंस. But हाँ, तो this is why I feel gigging acts as that glue stick with you and your audience to like continue. That's it for me. If I have to like choose one artist who is like exceptional when it comes to gigging, it's like Samar Mehdi. So Samar Mehdi has like incredible stuff, and he has all these pedals, and he has this highly energetic attitude when he's on stage, and he's always there out there doing some kind of gig, and it feels so great just to like see him. Like, shit, man, this guy is something that you want to be when it comes to gigging. So even if he has not put out songs in 6 months, you know that he's going to do a live show here or there. So yeah, the fan base is going to stick. Yeah. So yeah.
Plus, वो भी है कि like if you've been performing at various if like regardless of cafes, if you've been performing at various events, then people get to know you a little bit. Like अगर मैं if I don't know Samar Mehdi, I don't know. And to be honest, I did not know about him. I did not know about him till TYF, and I remember Abin is still a big fan of Samar Mehdi. So he's more like he's always like Samar Mehdi, Samar Mehdi, Samar Mehdi, and you're like cool, okay, there must be some guy Samar Mehdi. Then you're talking about it, and someone else is talking about it, and that makes me curious. Like, who's this guy? Like, let me just check. Even if I'm not a big fan of the music, but I know that there's this guy who is Samar Mehdi, and maybe someday he'll put out some song that I might like. But again, like so many people will kind of get on the bandwagon. They'll be like, okay, this guy, some even hota nahi hai, like there's a hype. Then the hype is created, and then you're like, if someone is performing somewhere, they'll be like, somebody I've heard about him. He's a really nice guy. Let's just go and just check him out. Then you got another fan, or maybe 2-3 fans, just because there's people are getting on the bandwagon. You have a word around that there's this guy called somebody who's performing. So that's a big thing as well. And कई बार you ऐसा भी होता है कि मतलब audience में just like you normal performing in some for example, if you don't know, Ed Sheeran actually got famous because of Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx was at one of his just like random gigs जो cafe में होते थे, and then he realized he has an incredible voice, and he invited him to his mansion. They recorded something. That's how he got famous. And you might find people over there, like there are a lot of music directors who attend these kind of open mics and all, where they meet talent which they might not be able to. Just like abhi wo hota hai, Ehsan and Abish Matthew, they go live on Instagram and they invite people. That's the same thing.
And to be honest, if you're like talking about gigs, we really have to talk about the Illa Festival, because I believe for per se, I don't know. I have this question for the end that I'm going to ask you, but considering the fact that you have done gigs, I have not done many gigs before Yellow Festival. Like, so, but as in continuation to what you just said, that as Ed Sheeran was performing and Jamie Foxx was there and he got to know about him, and there is a chance that you are doing an open, even if it's an open mic on any free event also, there might be someone who would like look up to you and maybe invite you. That was the case with me. So I was doing this open mic in Saket, I believe, and it was organized by Four Voices, organized by my friends called Chetna and Varun, and I was performing there, and Poonam was there. Poonam Best, a great illustrator, graphic designer. She was there exhibiting her work. And Rubain was there. Rubain is the guy who organizes the Yellow Festival, by the way. Rubain was there, and he saw me perform and all. And he did not have any conversation with me after that. He was just like, okay, I don't know, maybe, I don't even remember. Maybe he passed through me and he said that really good work or something like that. So I'm like, okay, people do that. And I was very happy as I so bhai get overwhelmed with like even a heart. Like, bhai. But so next morning I receive a text from this guy called Musafiru Yaro. Musafiru Yaro is the name of Instagram. And I receive a text that, hey dude, I saw you perform last night at that open mic at that event, and I really liked your performance, and I was like, I am like doing this kind of a music festival, and I like would love to have you there as one of the performers. 1 second, I was there, भाई मेरे को लोग बुला नहीं रहे गिग के लिए, ये मेरे को म्यूजिक फेस्टिवल में बुला रहा है, एंड मेरे पैरों तले जमीन ही खिसक चुकी थी. I'm like, भाई कैसे क्या? And then he sent me the Yellow Festival ka page till then it was ready, and then he sent me, and like, and I checked out the illustration. At first there used to be illustration with indie songs. It used to be so beautiful. Like Poonam is like incredible at her work, and then 5 days later I get to know that the event is going to take place in Himachal. I'm like, things are moving a little too fast for me. First of all, I'm not getting gigs. Then someone comes up and tells me that you are doing a music festival. I'm like, okay. And then the festival is taking place in Himachal, in between mountains. Not even like Himachal ka koi plateau plain wala area kuch. Nahin, it's taking place in the middle of a forest, which is in the middle of like high range mountains.
Right.
And then I was like, this is too fast. I don't know. And then I was too excited. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to go ahead with it. But yeah, keeping my story a little bit aside for this time, this is how like.
नहीं ऐसा होता है. I mean, I remember this one time in 2016 when I had already left my job and I was doing shows, and there was this one I was just wanted to like have something to do. So I signed up for this NGO. It was called Becoming I Foundation. It was started by some 3-4 people, and uh, they were just doing it. And I was like, I had no idea what's it about. But when I heard about it, when I saw the posts on Facebook and all, and they were looking for the ideas concept was very different. They wanted to teach the students of government schools something about art. They wanted to teach them about dance, music, whatever art, whatever kind of art you are in. You can sign up with them and then just go give an interview, and you would be selected. If you would selected, you would be sent to a particular school, which they had a tie up with the Delhi government. And I was very excited. I was like, cool, let me just give it a shot. I don't know who kind of pushed me into it, but I was just, I seriously don't remember, but I just went for it. And that was first time I was interacting with a lot of people at the same place. And I was very confident already because of all the gigs that I've done in the past. And we went there, and I was giving the interview, and the person was asking me a couple of questions about how to deal with students. And I already worked with the Make a Difference earlier, and I knew how things work. I was telling him about everything, and he said, like, I've seen you somewhere. I did not know where. I don't know. Did you tell me like where you've seen? And he said, I think attending I was at this restaurant. And he was singing.
You were like, "Chal jhoota."
नहीं मेरे मन में आया कि भाई क्या बात बोल रहा है. And to be honest, the restaurant he mentioned, I never performed over there, but he was like, and he was like, you performed over there. And I was like, yeah, I have performed over. मेरे मन में था मैं क्या बोलूँगा.
It's like opportunity right there in front of you, and asking,
exactly. And
dude, are you a dancer? Like, yeah, I dance in bathroom.
He must have seen me somewhere, obviously, but not at the restaurant he was talking about. He was like, you're a great musician, man. We will really have you. Will be good, great to have. We'll feel great to have you on board. And there was this one more person I met over there. His name is Rohan, and he's an amazing person. He's a mutual of Shubham, Keshav, and I, and he's an amazing artist. तो वो भी वहीं पर था, and they made me the project coordinator. I literally did not know a lot about music theory. He was well versed with everything, and I was not. And like हम लोग को डाल दिया, and he was under me, and then we were given a particular college in Lajpat Nagar. So this is how, I mean, I'm just telling you, like, this is how people meet you. Like, sometimes they see you perform somewhere and they recognize you. Okay, I've seen you over there, even if you don't expect somebody to call you out. Okay, I've seen you somewhere. Like, you're a good musician and you should come here. I got a lot of opportunity out of there. There was this one time I was given a car. I had cards. I don't have one right now. I kept somewhere, but I got a card made, and I was performing at this particular place, and I distributed my cards. I got a call a couple of days later that
of an indie musician. That is
yeah,
that is like
because
independent corporate.
Like, I mean, like, I didn't know what to do, and I was like, let me just have a card or something so to give out once I'm performing. So I was performing at this cafe for deaf and mute people, to raise funds for deaf and mute people. And I've been always like, I have friends like who are deaf and mute, and I've been associated with them. And like, I was just performing, and there was this one guy who came up and he said, like, you know what, my friend is getting married and it's a destination wedding. Would you like to perform over there? I mean, it was a great opportunity. I did not go over there, obviously, because there were like so many things involved. But it's always great to perform because you meet a lot of different people. You don't expect to meet them. And sometimes the relationships or the bond go for a very long time. So it's very important for you to, like, Ruben and I met at Miolo. That's how we know each other, because I used to perform over there because my friend was working over there. This is how it all becomes like a close network. And most of the people have met in the artist. Like, it's a very small world. तो बहुत छोटा circle है, बहुत बड़ा circle नहीं है. And I always, wherever I would perform, I'll always meet people, especially at open mics or poetry gatherings and all that. I'll always meet people who have either heard me or they know me through a mutual, and they knew about a guy named Lupo who exists, but never met. But like, that's how I had a network back in
You
2017.
guys can see how smoothly he plugged in Looper Looper. It's because of the fact that he wants you to remember his name. Don't call him Loopa
Yeah,
Looper. It's Looper Looper.
Looper. It's Looper Looper, guys.
It's Looper Looper, guys.
Looper.
ASMR Looper Looper.
Looper.
Dude, I cannot do ASMR. It's like I always have this fear that if I do ASMR, it'll like go red light jal jayegi and it'll go bust, and I won't.
एक weird question पूछूं?
हाँ बोल.
What is an ASMR?
ASMR होता है. Have you seen those videos? Like sound ना बहुत crisp तरीके से आती है. Like heavy precision is being done on. You must have seen these ASMR food videos. You have not seen those.
मुझे माफ करो, मैं बूढ़ा हूँ, मुझे ASMR का कुछ भी नहीं पता.
It's like okay, so hello everyone, can you hear me now? Yes.
Oh.
This is ASMR. Being like completely detailed when it comes to like, so people do this ASMR food videos and like they're eating in front of a mic and it's a very high quality mic and they record every crunch bit of it. Some people are able to like get rid of their hunger by listening to them eat.
There have been people on Instagram who are really famous, like who have like 50,000 plus followers, and they just eat in front of the camera. And I don't know like why my art.
It's still
where does my art?
It's still a better profession than being an indie musician, dude. I'm
like, I am producing music by hard work. He's just eating. वो chicken खा रहा भाई, and he's famous.
Yeah, that's a topic that if we don't go there, it's a very good thing. It'll go on for 2 hours. I have a lot to rant. We'll do that on a phone call.
Yes.
But
I won't pick up your phone.
I'm not calling you. After this is done. After this, you'll get the edit that too by mail.
बस tag कर देना मुझे. Please tag me.
Okay. Send me a photograph of yours for the intro, to be honest.
Send nudes.
But so keeping everything aside, so as we talked about that, how it's a good thing to like do gigs and like meet people and stuff. It all happens on a chain. So keeping everything aside, I guess it'll be a pop for us if we don't talk about the Yellow Festival, because in my case, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. From there on, the actual music journey for me, it started, it accelerated. Not accelerated, but it started. So, and with you, maybe something good of the same level as Yellow Festival, or maybe somewhere down the line, something might have happened with you earlier because you've been doing, but I really want to know you what according to you was the Yellow Festival for you. By the way, please, the Yellow Festival is a very good music festival which offers indie musicians a platform to come and perform their original songs. This is something Ruben pay me.
Yeah, Ruben, please थोड़ा सा पैसा मुझे भी दे देना.
क्या करेंगे Ruben को इसमें?
Yeah, Ruben and Poonam, you both be tagged. Ruben, please थोड़ा कोशिश, and Poonam एक artwork free में बना देना, please. So I mean like,
अरे smart engineer.
गिर गया यार, गिर गया एक सेकंड.
कोई नहीं. ये तो पक्का भी ब्लूपर में जाएगा.
मजा आता है ऐसे ब्लूपर्स बनाने में.
बनाऊंगा नहीं, बहुत मेहनत है, खुद में एडिट करना है मेरे को वीडियो. बोलो.
नहीं, टाइम लगेगा. Take a week. For me, Yellow Festival was sort of the same thing. It again, as I said, like it was an inflection point. It was not before that when I wanted to get my songs out, and why I call that an inflection point is because at that point, when I met Suhasini, when I met Arham, when I met you guys, I was like so excited, especially when I met Shubham and Keshav, because they had already put a song out. And I realized that, I mean, if I have my song out on Spotify, Apple Music, even though I remember we used to listen to it on VPN. We had a VPN installed in our phones, and then we used to access Spotify to listen to it. I remember.
Say that, dude. VPN. बैन कर देंगे साले ये पॉडकास्ट.
अरे नहीं,
इलीगल तरीके से साले तुम Spotify यूज करते थे.
तो मतलब नहीं था ना Spotify पहले Spotify नहीं था. Apple Music तो अफोर्ड भी नहीं कर सकता था मैं.
India does not go ahead with innocence, brother.
So it was like more like YouTube, and then that was the only platform for me to release song. In fact, when I released Moment, the first version of Moment, it was just on YouTube. I didn't know again how to release it on all the streaming platforms. So it was when I looked up to you guys, when I realized that you guys have been doing so, you've been releasing your music, writing your music, getting it recorded, that gave me the motivation to do it. And after I decided that I want to do it, and when we wrote Rue together, and you know how it went so smoothly, I realized that I am more of a now, like at present, I realize, and I call myself more of a songwriter than a musician. I'm not a composer. I told Shubham this thing as well. Like he probably is a composer because he has the knowledge of music theory and all. I'm more of a I'm more of a singer songwriter. Like I write things that I really care about, and if the composition doesn't go well with it, I won't write a song. So that kind of TYF.
I dropped an entire
Exactly
EP because I was not able to like do the composition.
I know. Guys, we have thought about this before.
Sad hours.
Sad hours. So I mean, like it TYF evolved me as a musician, and plus the amazing people I met, you, Panda, Hana, then Sugandha. I won't name. I can't name everyone, but for all of us, it was
people who are going to watch this, they know. I am still believing that only the Yellow Festival people are going to watch this. So as much as we promote them, there are more chances.
अगर मैं किसी का नाम भूल गया तो
मैं बोल रहा हूँ, as much as we talk about Yellow Festival, there are more chances that we are going to get paid. The motive of this podcast is to get paid by the Yellow Festival. शायद जितने भी 12 artists हैं ना सबको.
Weird thing, I did not know anything about Bava, Karthike. Like I had heard Ruben obviously, but when I met Bava, I realized like he's such a smooth guy. I mean, he makes any tense situation joyful. Enjoyable. Like वो ऐसी बातें करेगा, he wouldn't. For example, I had I won't take the name, but we had a startup before, like just like Fruit Jam, we had a startup back in 2016-17. Don't take the name. Don't take the name. Don't take the name. So that
I'll post it as a separate thing, as a separate post that don't take the name controversy.
I won't name because it doesn't matter, to be honest. I can take the name, but I really don't talk to the friends I was involved in.
I know.
But they were very self-involved. On the contrary, the whole TYF team kind of got along with most of the people, except for a couple of people who did not got along because they were into their own friends. But Bava especially made everybody like. He made everybody comfortable, even if you were alone.
Adhesive to like bring everyone together.
Yeah, so that's how I met him. He's a good friend now. Karthike, I do not know. Karthike is way talented. I won't shy away from saying this. Out of all the 12 people, over there. Let me just say, out of all the 12 people, all the 12 artists, I respect Karthike the most. Reason,
it's understandable,
he's so talented.
The fact that we, considering you and me especially, we have not received any music training. We don't know music theory. We know some chords, ठीक है. Sometimes I don't. I just do guitar.
ओए मुझे ज़्यादा आता है अब थोड़ा बहुत.
हाँ मेरे को पता है. मैं अपने आप को सबसे मैं बोलता भी नहीं musician और मैं सीखने वाला हूँ भी नहीं. मैं वैसे कैटेगरी में लगता नहीं हूँ. I want to embrace that feeling of like completely being independent. भाई बहुत लोग मारेंगे मेरे को, शुभम तो खासकर. I respect you, Shubham. But the point is that कि considering the fact that we have not received back the time when Yellow Festival was happening, like 1 year ago, and we did not know any music theory or like stuff. We didn't know chords, and like we used to pick up the guitar and like just play something. For in the case of the songs that I've written in my EP Numb, उसमें क्या है? There's a song called Nakhush. So I just pressed some strings and it sounded good, and I just did something, and I did not know what it was. It was a par chord, okay? So I knew that it's a par chord and it's valid chord.
And you get orgasm like par chord बजा लिया मैंने.
No. It's not about the orgasm, but it's about the fact that okay, I knew that's a bar chord. I did not know it's which bar chord. So it's like E5 है, F5 है, D5 है. So I just did it and I just played Na Kuch. I have like completed the entire song. 1 month later, I was like thinking of getting it mixed by Sid, and I was thinking of him playing the guitar, although it not go that way because I was not able to record well at home कि मैं उसको उस तरह से दे सकूं. But and then I was like मेरे को इसको बताना पड़ेगा कि भाई chords क्या हैं. तो मैं गिन रहा था A5, B5, C5, D5. Oh, E5 है. Okay, good. God, the scale is E5. And I felt like, oh shit, this is the musician that I am. So considering the fact that I am like completely not a musician at all. But we being singer-songwriters, for us, Karthikeya is a god. Because the way he writes songs is something that we can
I wouldn't go as far as
with.
calling God. Sorry, Karthikeya. I won't go, but it's like he's an amazing singer. I would say just he's very underrated.
Yeah,
That's
that's true.
the thing.
In terms of why I'm saying he is a god, because there is a certain way. Songwriting is the process. It's not like it's not that simple. It's like you write something. Yeah, you have. First of all, I have a very problem with Hindi songwriters specifically because they write lyrics which have already been talked about earlier, and I've heard those lyrics pehle. People don't really care about it. For me, it's a very big problem, and me and Karthikeya, it's a very big problem. So I also have very differentiated lyrics. Karthikeya is not the only one, but Karthikeya is better. That's all. But so the whole sole purpose of like songwriting should be the fact that you should be very different in terms of what you're writing, and difference comes with the selection of words. First, there are n number of words out there. You select from that, you improve your literature, and then you like write something. Apart from that, it's not even about the words. You can use simple words, but it's about the presentation. That how you have like written that one single line, and that has made the entire difference. Karthikeya is someone that does that. So that's why I feel like there is a very strong mindset that he has when it comes to songwriting. That's why I say obviously it's
like I don't just respect him for the songwriting. It's a lot of things. Like I remember I have attended like couple of his gigs. Though he gets very very like he gets irritated when he's on the stage and nobody if anybody's making any noise.
Is like it's important. He is the Baba when it comes to like when he goes.
Yeah, I mean, he was like I remember when he was playing, I don't know like what song was it, but he just played a particular riff and I was like, what exactly is it? I mean, he uses so many chords that I don't even know about. He plays melodies that I never thought like I have heard before. Or he would write and fix lyrics in a way that even the very ordinary of words, like I remember मैं उसको बोला भी था उसके शो के बाद मैंने बोला भाई तूने गाने के बीच में ड्रेसिंग टेबल कैसे डाल दिया. It's like dressing table nobody puts in a lyric and he put it out and it was so smooth कि feel नहीं होता. Dressing table then there was like this particular song उसमें वो line मेरी favorite है, उसको भी पता है, उसमें बहुत बार बता चुका हूँ. It's like कि मैं खुद की आग जल गया बुझे जलन चली कोई हवा नहीं. Then the next line makes my heart melt. तरस की भी बची कोई जगह नहीं. And like, how can you be so brilliant to put lyrics so amazing, composition which goes with the lyrics and hits you right where it should hit you, and obviously with the guitar and like so I mean you're crazy man. And it's so underrated.
It's about the structurization. They're like
yeah,
he's incredible when it comes to structurization.
छप्पड़ फाड़ के आए गाने में. छप्पड़ फाड़ के आए छप्पड़ ये वर्ड अगर तो किसी और गाने में डालेगा it will look so silly and everybody is looking for Urdu words. छप्पड़ फाड़ के जगह कोई बंदा कोई उर्दू में डालेगा.
It's a thing that you are like Urdu is also something which attracts audience for some reason. I'm not against people I use Urdu words a lot. So for me, I have this one diary in which Ru is Urdu word. I have this one diary and so me and Loopy have written a song together. It's called Ru. He's going to put it out in October. And we both wrote this in February. And I was like continuously, we were playing this one chord pattern. And I was continuously saying this, Kuch Kale Pani Ki Ru, something like that, something. मेरे मुंह से वही निकल जा रहा था, and I really wanted कि भाई रू मेरे को करना ही करना है, रू word is something that I'm going to pick. And there's this diary in which I have 1723 words, 723 or 63, I don't remember. And these are the words that I really like for some reason. I have this fascination with these words. So whenever I'm like doing a song, when I'm making a song, what happens is like I pick up the guitar and I did a melody, and after that a composition would come. मैं उसके बाद कुछ hum करने लगूंगा, and then suddenly out of nowhere a line would come, and the line would definitely include a word that is there in that diary. ठीक है, and I did not know, I won't know कि वो कहाँ से कौन सा word उठ के आने वाला है. It will come. So in case of the Roo, it happened. So that is, it's how it is, because at the end of the day it's about the structurization, it's about selection of words, it's about placing everything right, and composition तो हमारी अच्छी है नहीं.
कार्तिक 1001 रुपए और the promotion 1001 रुपए.
Going to get rich from PSC.
From TYF, from Ruben, from Poonam, from Kartike, like please, और भावा तो सब ये सारे पैसे भेज देना please यार.
Yeah, I'll drop your Instagram tags below in your description, and I'll also drop my and his Google Pay account. Please transfer half of money.
पर सच्ची में कर दियो, ये सच्ची में कर दियो, like मजा आ जाएगा इसमें. Like just put it out and just leave them clueless कि for the promotions इतने पैसे transfer कर देना.
वो 4 view जो आएंगे ना, इन्हीं 4 लोगों से आएंगे और यही देख के छोड़ देंगे. कोई फायदा भी नहीं होगा. Considering the fact that we talked about that, how you got inspired by the fact that you want to release your music after the Yellow Festival and all began from that. Loopy has recently released his debut single. Apart from that, he had released a song on YouTube. It's called Moment. It's a beautiful song. And apart from that, we also...
Which has been deleted now.
Yeah, which has been deleted now. And we did a song together, me and Loopy. It's called Roo. We wrote it together. And it was also released, which has been deleted now.
Tell the story. Tell the story. Kyun delete hua?
No. And after it's going to be out in October again. In a good version. And
October, November 1st. Like
October, November,
first week of November.
Whatever. Don't have any expectation in mind. I have expectation about the song, not about the date. But yeah, so Loopy, considering all those facts, has finally released his debut single. It's called Baate. And I sent him a voice note a couple of days ago. So for me...
Kal bheja tha tune.
I mean, yesterday. I don't remember. Yesterday. I sent him a voice note, and in the voice note, I told him that what for me Baate is. Baate is a very beautiful song, a very mellow song, the kind of song that I would accept to get from Loopy. And it's really incredible. And I was just bathing in the morning, and I play songs in my phone, and then I do. So Baate was playing, and I was just humming it while bathing. And literally it gave me feels of like Ranbir Kapoor from Savaria. And I sent him the voice note that for me, Baate is like the song which would make you feel like Ranbir Kapoor from Savaria if you are listening to it while bathing. At the same time, you have to sing the chorus. Anyways, so Loopy has finally released his debut single called Baate. I'll put a link of it down in the description below. And it's available on every major streaming platform. And finally, yes, it's available on every major streaming platform. He did not have to make an account. He literally went through a good distribution system for the same. But yeah, so Loopy, like, please enlighten us or tell us about the song. Tell us about don't talk to me about the collaboration stuff. I have another question for that. But yeah, tell me about the song, that how you wrote the song and how the song came up.
Baate, I think it was written somewhere in 2016, and it is a very funny story. I did not have any expectation of what I wanted to write about. I was just thinking about a imaginary situation where you kind of like fall in love for the first time, or like, because I happened to, like, when I fell in love for the first time, it was back in 2010, I think, that when I was in a relationship for the very first time, and the first experience of love was when it was very smooth. Like, I mean, small things that you do. The first time you kiss, the first time you hold hands, and it was very new to me. And then, like, when I was writing the song in 2016, 6 years later, I was still going through these phases with different people, obviously, and there were certain things that happened with the first time. And I was thinking about, like, I want to write about a very imaginary situation where you fall in love and you do small things which are very cheesy when you look back at them, but in that particular moment they're amazing. So like if you're कई बार होता है when you're lying down with your partner, you tend to kind of play around with their hair, or you kind of just look at each other without talking to each other, and that happens. And those are such amazing moments that you really don't talk about mostly, but they stay with you for a very, very long time. So I wanted to write about certain moments, and I wrote a song, and this particular song got me like three different relationships. When I sung the song to the girls I were interested in, I remember their names. I remember
How
when it
sad
happened.
it is that the song
Oh,
has been written because of the very first actual thing that Loopy got into. And the song, you may say that the song is about that first person, and ये बंदा 3 अलग लड़कियों को चिपका रहा है वो गाना.
I mean, like, I don't know.
And maybe the
I
fourth
was
one
very,
is also coming. You never
I was
know.
I was 22. I was like, and this became a thing for me. I mean, I would if I was interested in someone, I would just be like, I have written a song. Would you like to hear it? And like yeah, cool. And when did you write the song? Sometimes I will like
Yesterday.
depending on the person. Depending on the person. There was this one time when I said that I wrote it for you, and like I did not. I did not.
I was on my way to visit you, and on the road it just hit me, and I
was
just
thinking.
and I just wrote it.
I sung that song with this particular like girl I was interested in, and we had a great time after that. So after the song, it would make people like, it would make them emotional, and I realized that the song has a potential, even though the version that I have put out is not exactly the way I used to sing it. It's obviously it's recorded in the studio. The live version is very different, but that's how it got like a place in the list of songs I've written. It was very impactful. It was not that amazing for me. It was more like a cheesy, and I was always embarrassed singing the song. But
it's not cheesy, dude. To be honest, you
I
always
don't
end
know,
up saying
man.
that it's a cheesy song, but it's a good song. It has some. I can understand the point that why you say it's cheesy, but it's the Indian narrative that is in your head, buddy. It's
Yeah,
not,
exactly.
It's not. It's
So-
your childhood that is from inside. You're like, nahi bhaiya, ye nahi karte chichi. That kind of an attitude is saying. It's not cheesy. It's
I
a very
mean,
beautiful song.
I mean, like that's when I wrote it, it was not. It's still not. It's just perspective. It's just. But I had to put it out because it's a song that I can kind of relate to, because there have been so many amazing moments. No matter the person, like even if the person you're with is not your first love, the person you're with, you have the moments for the first time with them, and it was all about that, like the initial phases of love. So that's how it came out, and it stayed with it, and I had to like get it out.
So with Bate, this also this new thing came up to you, right, if I'm not wrong, because you and I have collaborated, but we have worked basically on the songwriting perspective, which is we both are considerably good at, not really good. We won't apni tareef nahi karenge, but we know about it. That's what I say. We are knowledgeable when it comes to that spectrum. So we have collaborated and we have like written song, and in case of ours, it was an easy job because somewhere down the line we both have a similar pattern when it comes to composing. And jaise maine bola ki I have this thing that word would come out and I would rotate it around it. So that was a starting point in which I was able to help, and there was ways in which Loopy was able to help. But considering the fact with Bate, you have actually worked with a producer, Shubham. So he has, and to be honest, producer is somewhere down the line very important for many artists, because you very rightly said that maybe I am a songwriter, but I might not be a good composer. And maybe if I even have composed a song, I don't really know how to arrange it. I don't really know how to like put instruments into it and what place and how. And at the same time, the producer also makes you help understand that how the engineering thing would go, how the mixing mastering thing would go. So how was that actual thing that were you like really sensitized with the song that okay, maybe Shubham must have suggested something that this change maybe we can do, and you were like nahi yaar ye nahi karna, ye to mere ko bahut acha lag raha hai and all. Was there any this kind of emotion, or as far as I know, you would definitely agree whatever Shubham would say ki ha ye karte to like ha acha lage na karte. You're that kind of a person. But seriously, so how was that for you that collaborating with a producer, or like if I have to call
I mean, it
from
was
a
like
producer in this
very
scenario?
different because I was very scared of going to a studio. I did not want to go to a altogether new studio where the person who's recording my song doesn't know me.
Yeah.
And because I know that don't know a lot of things. For example, if I don't practice on metronome, so it was like if I do something
Dude,
wrong.
that is such a problem, dude. I still don't
Exactly.
know, because you are like, for us, it's like we are recording at home. We cannot do it on loop. We have to like do
Exactly.
the entire thing, and we might miss the metronome somewhere. And like, Arey,
We
bhai, I've
do.
been recording my song for 3 months because of the metronome. Because my metronome पे
Exactly. I
land
mean,
नहीं कर पाता हूँ.
if you don't have a practice playing with the metronome, it's very difficult to record. And I have had that experience. Like a lot of people don't know, and it's a quiz for you as well, Sparsh. There's a song. My technically, Vata is not my debut single. My debut single released in 2016, but it's still out there on YouTube. We will have to find it. But the thing is that when I was
Oh
recording
yeah,
that
yeah.
song, I
You
faced a
have
lot of.
made me hear it from your other account,
Am I?
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
When we were recording Roo, or when we
So
were
I
writing
mean,
Roo.
yeah. So I mean, like when I was recording that particular song, it was very difficult for me to do it because I was miss the metronome most of the time, and the producer got like very frustrated with that. Like he had to take so many takes, and he was like, "Man mein," he was like, "कि एक बार में क्यों नहीं कर सकता तू ये?" And that's how I got like
I can
studio ka
imagine
fear.
Shubham being like that.
But with Shubham, it was not the thing. When I spoke to him about it, he was like, was already recording his own songs. So
Yeah.
I was like, "Can you record my songs?" And he said, "I can't do it." And I said, like, "Please charge me for it. That's completely fine. Don't do it as a friend."
Obviously.
And when we started recording it, there were a lot of I mean, it happened. Like वो जो बोलता था मैं थोड़ा समझ लेता था कि हाँ यार ठीक है, it looks good and it looks good because like, but though with Roo this was not the case. Roo में we
Yeah.
had a lot of fights, बहुत झगड़े थे. The whole day we spent on fighting that this would not come here
This
and all
melody is
that.
not working or something like that. Yeah, I remember.
This thing is not working, and he had a lot of
But then
suggestions.
it was a different thing altogether, na? Because considering जब हम लड़ाई कर रहे थे, you and I.
नहीं, I'm talking also about.
I know. You're talking about Shubham. I'm saying this from our perspective. When we were also doing this, apart a couple of days later, you were like, "This melody is not working." I'm like, "Nahi, this is working," and all stuff. And like, "Nahi, we should go ahead with it." तुमसे तो मैं इस बारे में बात ही नहीं करूंगा. तुम हर लाइव सेशन पे अलग गाते हो ऐसे भी. तुमको अब जाके तुमने रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हो, तुम्हें पता है.
मैं रिमेम्बर इस बार जब मैं खोने तो ना मुझे रोने दो कार्ड पार्ट गा रहा था, मेरे दिमाग में आ रहा था पहले ही कि मैं खोने तो नहीं गाऊंगा. इसने बोला मुझे.
Shubham sent me a snippet, ठीक है, and in that snippet first you were like tracking your guitars, ठीक है. उसमें भी आपने गलत गाया था एक बार, and after that it was okay. I'm like, भाई ये नहीं सुधरने वाला बंदा. Like I literally tell you, so the guy is playing with Ehsan sir, ठीक है. Ehsan sir does regular live sessions on his Instagram page, and he invites local musicians like us of no stature. He invites us to play our songs to him. Loopy got a chance finally after 2-3 months that he got a chance that okay, he's going to play a song for him, and he played Roo, and he played it wrong. Not only in terms of the lyric, in terms of the composition, it's like we had this thing that he had this one melody and I had this other melody. We had this pact between us that when I'll be performing that melody, and whenever he'll be performing somewhere, he'll be doing that melody.
Right.
He did not even stick to his own melody. Every live session that he has done, he has sung Roo in a different manner.
A different way.
And I'm like, dude, just stick to your thing.
भाई तभी तो होता है कि like whenever I'm covering a song or whenever I'm singing a song, people are like, you just change the song, it sounds beautiful, but if you would listen to me again and again, I change the song altogether every time.
Yeah, so
no matter what song I'm singing.
When you said that you were having fights with Shubham for the melody and all
that,
it's like that's something that I wanted to point out. So there was this there's this Compass Box Music karke place where any musicians go and record their songs, and one of its founders is called Rag Sethi. So he was doing a workshop on production and all stuff, and he said this that how he was talking about how important it is to have a producer at your end to like sort things out. And he said this thing which I really think is something which we all need to like take a look at, that sometimes the maker of the music gets really sensitized with their songs. And when the
Right.
producer comes up and says that this is something that we can change, we can make the song better, because of the sensitization that you have with the song, the connection that you have with the song, you don't really necessarily go ahead with it. कि हाँ भाई,
Exactly.
नहीं यार, रहने देना.
I've had a lot of fights with I have a lot of fights with Keshav, with Shubham on this thing, because they would suggest something and I would be like, "Ki nahi, this is not going to how it's going to be. I want this specific thing. I wanted to give this feel, because right now the feel is changing, the vibe is changing."
Yeah.
And Shubham actually did an amazing thing. He has a thing of, like making the song his own as well. So
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
go and record a scratch with him, the next day he'll come up to me and be like, "Ki, I've done something amazing. You have to listen. It बहुत feel like." And he would be sleepy
Yeah,
because he
Shubham
had
ko
worked all
I
night.
sent a song to get mixed. I thought that he will mix it somewhere like Osho and stuff.
He does
in
so
which
many things with
I know.
him.
So I sent him a song to get mixed, and I thought that it will be something Osho Jan, and like the guitar is like वो sound या पीछे mono में क्यों नहीं आ रहा है, and vocals पे emphasis है. Next day I received the song with like padding, bass line, ये वो फलाना ढिमका. I'm like, अरे.
That's a great thing about him.
That's a
that he
great thing
would
about
do
him,
that.
dude.
Yeah,
When he like tries
So-
to understand the song in his own way, na.
exactly.
Great.
And he senses the potential.
Yeah.
He
wouldn't do
was,
that unnecessarily if he thinks that it's something that adds to it. Then only.
Actually kind of pushed me a lot to release, like when we decided to release Roo, he was like, release it right now. I mean, because the song has a lot of potential, and if you guys market it properly, it's going to be amazing. And I realized, because I met so many people who thought that Roo, of all ages, who would come up to tell me that they really enjoy listening to Roo, and they miss the fact that the Roo is not available right now. And I was like, I want to now release it before any other song. But otherwise I would have done it later. But then I was like, because I told you that I will release in the next year, January or something. But then I was like, nah, I have to do it right now because people are enjoying it so much. And Shubham has helped me a lot on the way. He wouldn't be satisfied if there's something, even if something is missing, which I'm not able to notice. He'll be like, no, change this thing. And I'm like, I can't figure it out. It's not for me. It's not weird. He's like, no, it has changed. मैं जाऊँगा ही नहीं, मैं करूँगा ही नहीं आगे. भाई क्या कर रहा है? And then I obviously would have to change it, because he gets a lot of perspective of song, which is an amazing thing. So it's really good to have a producer with you, because they guide, and the producer you're comfortable with. Because then you can kind of have a conversation, because once the song is out, you can't change it. And even if you want to compromise a little on the composition, or want to add something a little, you want to be satisfied with the song that you're giving out. So you don't want to be like too much sensitized with the song, but at the same time you want to have it, like have a comfort zone with the producer, so that guys can brainstorm and come out with something where you both are happy with the song. It's very important to have that thing.
Yeah. Well, we have been talking for so long. I just want to lastly talk about this one thing. So I really want you to go ahead and tell me about a very bad gig or very bad event that you have performed at, and you feel ashamed of being there, or something. If something like that has happened to you, and if there have been problems or stuff like that, is there any memory like that?
The worst memory was the song that I did, when I did it on stage in my school. Because I remember एक जूता सच्ची में उठ के आया था वहाँ से दूर से, and I like, भाई, what am I doing? And that was a day when I thought, like, I'm not going to sing ever again. We to chill, to get my mind off, we went to play pool. But it was like very weird. I mean, that was the worst memory, if you want to talk about. But there have been places when I messed up on the stage, and like when I was like recording the loop pedal and it wouldn't go as planned, I would miss a beat. And I was doing a show and we were raising funds for animals, and it was it was a place called Zoo Tish. It's closed now. It was in Greater Kailash 2. And that was the first fundraiser I had ever done. And a really good two-piece band was performing right after me. So I just went on the stage, and after everything, in the last song that I wanted to do was "Don't," which was my kind of favorite cover, or the impactful cover that I did on loop pedal. And I was recording it, and I was doing it. I had to record it 3 times again and again. I was like, sorry, I missed a beat. I'm really sorry. I did something wrong. And then I would do it. And the third time when I was doing it, I knew it was messed up. I knew that I missed a beat again, and for the first two beat it was fast. For the last two beat it was slow. But anyway, once I did it, I was like so embarrassed. They were like, now the organizers of the fundraiser won't even invite me ever again. But they were happy. Like, so they had been so many times when you are on stage and you realize to make a mistake and you're embarrassed of it. But people don't realize. Sometimes if they realize it, they respond to it very differently. These two were the most impactful or worst kind of gigs that I have had. Otherwise, I mean, no, mostly people don't notice. It's like, it's good. I mean, it's just you who notices it.
All in all, with this question, I would like to conclude the fact that be you, be natural, be weird, and be weak. Do whatever you want to do. Go on the stage. Stage is the place where you can be free. You will feel embarrassed, but then after that, it'll only become a story about which you can laugh on my podcast. If you want to come, just DM me on Instagram at the @_underscore.suboy. With that said, we have come to the end of the podcast. The very first episode of the Soupy Conversation is now ending, and I really would like to thank Loopy for like being a part of it, being the very first guest. I really wanted to have you on board because somewhere down the line, you and I have a lot of similarity in terms of everything, in terms of how we approach music, in terms of how noob we are. So I really wanted to have you on board at first, and I know you would give me the best content. I wouldn't say the best because Chacha comedy, but at least the longest content. So with that said, the first episode comes to an end. Thank you all for tuning in, who all jo bhi sun raha hai isko. And yeah, that's it. Bye bye.
Like, share, subscribe kar dena.
By the way, just before I forget, please go and follow Loopy at the @Looper on Instagram, and I'll be putting down the link, a hyperlink to all of his to his song Baate, which is available on all major platforms. You can find it there, whichever platform seems comfortable to you, and you can find me at the @_.suboy. Apart from the Soupy Conversations is my Instagram page for this podcast, and yeah, stay tuned for the next episode. It's coming out tomorrow. Thank you.
It's a super conversation.